This is the story of Adunni and the true story behind her billionaire father's death. Enjoy.
Standing in the Kirikiri maximum security prison visiting room, I stared at the man I thought I had killed. Papa looked exactly the same, distinguished, powerful, wearing his signature white agbada. But how was he here? How was a supposed international fugitive sitting across from me in Nigeria's most secure prison? That's when I realized everything I thought I knew was a lie. Adunni, my daughter, Papa said, his voice heavy with guilt and exhaustion. I need to tell you the truth about everything. About Agent Funmi, about the money, about why I faked my death. I couldn't speak. 6 months in prison had broken me down, but seeing my father alive broke something deeper. Papa, how are you here? The lawyer said you were a fugitive. How did you get into Kirikiri? He smiled sadly. Because I never left Nigeria, Adunni. I've been hiding in plain sight. You see, Agent Funmi Williams isn't DEA. She's not even American. My blood went cold. What are you talking about? Papa pulled out a folder from his agbada. Funmi Williams is a fraudster. Her real name is Folake Adebayo, and she's been running fake law enforcement scams across West Africa for 5 years. She heard about her family through one of her previous victims and saw an opportunity. He spread documents across the metal table. Fake DEA credentials, forged government seals, bank statements showing money stolen from other wealthy Nigerian families. She's not the only one involved. That Barrister Okafor, who conducted the will reading, he's an actor she hired. The real Barrister Okafor had been tied up in his own basement for 3 weeks. The room started spinning. Everything we thought was a government operation was actually an elaborate theft. But Papa, the armed agents who arrested us hired thugs in fake DEA vests. The guns weren't even real. Papa continued revealing the truth that made my stomach turn. Funmi spent 2 years researching our family. She discovered I had children scattered across Lagos, and she hatched the perfect plan. Stage a fake will reading, get all the beneficiaries in one room, then steal everything while we fought amongst ourselves. But the money, Papa, 500 million, was any of it real? The only crime I committed was being a terrible father. I had 20 children with different women across Lagos because I was selfish and reckless. When I realized what I had done, I tried to make amends by supporting everyone secretly, but I never had the courage to bring you all together as a family. Papa's voice cracked with emotion. When Funmi approached me 2 years ago, pretending to be one of my daughters, I was overjoyed. Finally, one of my children had found me and wanted a relationship. I shared everything with her, bank details, property locations, the names and addresses of all my other children. She was gathering intelligence for the heist. Exactly. And when she realized you were planning to poison me, Papa looked directly into my eyes. Yes, Adunni. I knew about Dr. Badmus. I knew about your plan. I decided to use your murder plot to my advantage. Papa continued. I faked my death during that business meeting using a drug that stimulates cardiac arrest. Dr. Badmus isn't just selling poisons, Adunni. He's also helping wealthy Nigerians fake their deaths to escape various problems. The pieces were falling into place, but it was too incredible to believe. I needed to disappear so I could investigate Funmi's real identity. Something about her felt wrong. Too convenient, too perfect. So the funeral was real. I was in that casket, but I was very much alive. Dr. Badmus gave me a paralytic that slowed my heart rate to almost nothing. The whole Lagos elite attending my funeral gave me the perfect cover to start my investigation. Papa pulled out photographs, surveillance images of Funmi meeting with criminals, fake documents, bank transfers to offshore accounts. While you all thought I was dead, I was tracking down her previous victims. An oil executive in Port Harcourt, she stole 200 million. A tech entrepreneur in Abuja, 150 million. A traditional ruler in Kano, 300 million. All the same pattern. Pose as law enforcement, stage fake raids, steal everything. But Papa, She had official documents, government seals, or forgeries, but extremely good ones. She has contacts in government printing houses, corrupt officials who sell official letterheads. The whole operation is much bigger than just our family. Adunni, this is the most important part. You're not the only one in prison. My heart stopped. What do you mean? Your siblings, the real ones, not the actors Funmi hired. They're all being held captive. The 19 people in that law office, most of them were paid actors. Only 5 were actually your brothers and sisters. Papa showed me a map of Lagos with red marks across the city. These are safe houses where she's holding victims. Your real siblings are in 3 different locations, Ikoyi, Lekki, and Victoria Island. They've been there for weeks. Why didn't she just kill them? Because she needs them alive for the final phase of her plan. She's going to stage their deaths and collect life insurance policies she forged in their names. Each policy is worth 50 million. The scope of this criminal enterprise was staggering. We weren't dealing with a simple theft. This was organized crime at the highest level. But Papa, how do you know all this? And how are you here if the government thinks you're dead? Papa's expression grew even more serious. Because I'm not alone in this investigation, Adunni. I've been working with the real authorities, EFCC, DSS, and Interpol. They've been tracking Funmi's organization for 2 years. Papa leaned forward and lowered his voice. This is where it gets dangerous, Adunni. Funmi's operation has people inside the Nigerian government. Real officials, real agents, real judges. That's how she's been able to fool so many wealthier families. What are you saying? The reason you're in Kirikiri isn't because of the fake charges. You're here because you're being protected. Prison cell is actually a safe house. The prisoners around you are undercover agents. I looked around the visitor room with new eyes. The guards, the other inmates, even the harsh prison conditions suddenly felt different. We had to make it look real, Adunni. If Funmi's people thought you were under official protection, they would have killed you by now. Papa pulled out an official document, a real one this time. This is from the director of DSS. You're being placed in protective custody while we dismantle Funmi's entire network. The attempted murder charges, completely fabricated to give us a legal justification to keep you safe. But I really did try to poison you, Papa. Yes, you did. And we will deal with that as a family later. But right now, you're the key witness we need to bring down a criminal organization that's stolen over 2 billion from Nigerian families. Tonight, we're launching simultaneous raids on all 3 safe houses where your siblings are being held. Papa said, checking his watch, but we need your help. What can I do from prison? You're not staying in prison, Adunni. In 30 minutes, you're going to stage a medical emergency. The ambulance that comes to get you will actually be our extraction team. But Papa looked at me with intensity. God Johnson here is actually Lieutenant Johnson from DSS. He's been watching over you for months. God nodded at me. Mom, we need to move fast. Funmi's people have realized Chief Adeleke is still alive. They're planning to eliminate all witnesses tonight. Papa stood up. Adunni, when you get out of here, you'll be reunited with your real siblings, all 19 of them, and together we're going to stop this woman from destroying any more families. But Papa, what about the money, the inheritance? 500 million is still yours, Adunni, all of yours. I've set up a legitimate trust fund that will be divided equally among all my children. But first, we need to save their lives. 6 hours later, I found myself in a bulletproof vest, standing outside the luxury mansion in Ikoyi. The rescue operation had been successful. We found and freed all 19 of my real siblings from Funmi's safe houses. But Funmi herself was still at large. She's in there, said Commander Taiwo, the real EFCC director leading the operation. Our intelligence says she's planning to flee the country tonight with over 2 billion in stolen money. Through the mansion's windows, we could see Funmi, or rather Folake Adebayo, packing suitcases full of cash. She was no longer the elegant, confident woman from the law office. She looked desperate, paranoid, constantly checking her phone. How did we get her? I asked. Papa smiled. The same way which she got us, with deception. He pulled out his phone and dialed a number. Folake, he said, using her real name. It's Chief Adeleke. I'm ready to make a deal. Through our surveillance equipment, we heard her response. Chief, you're supposed to be dead. Death was just another business decision, my dear. I have a proposition. I know you have my money, and you know I have influence. Let's split everything 50-50 and both disappear forever. The greed in her voice was unmistakable. Where do you want to meet? The same place this all started, the law chambers on Broad Street. 1 hour. As we prepared for the final trap, Papa looked at me with pride. Adunni, you've grown stronger through all of this. You made a terrible mistake trying to kill me, but you've also shown courage and intelligence. You are ready to be part of this family again. 3 months later, we were all gathered in Papa's real mansion. All 20 of his children were there, the real ones this time. Kemi, the actual banker who had been helping Papa track down Fumi's financial crimes. Tunde, who wasn't an enforcer but a security consultant protecting other wealthy families from scams. Young Blessing, who was actually studying computer science and had helped hack into Fumi's criminal network. Fumi, Folake, was now in real prison, facing charges for fraud, kidnapping, and theft across 6 African countries. Her criminal network had been completely dismantled. So, what happens now, Papa? Asked Kemi, the eldest of us all. Papa smiled. Now we learn to be a family. The real inheritance isn't the money, children. It's each other. He was right. Over the past months, I've gotten to know siblings I never knew existed. Each of them had incredible stories, talents, and dreams. Together, we were building something greater than any individual fortune. What about the money? Said Tunde with a grin. Papa laughed. Yes, the $500 million is real and it's yours, all of yours. But I have a proposal. Instead of dividing it, let's use it to build something together. A foundation that helps other families targeted by criminals like Folake. We all looked at each other. After everything we've been through, the betrayal, the fake deaths, the kidnappings, the elaborate heist, the idea of turning our trauma into purpose felt right. Amen, I said, but on one condition. What's that, Adunni? We call it the Truth and Reconciliation Foundation because the real crime here wasn't just theft. It was the lies that kept us apart as a family. Dear listener, an African proverb says, a single bracelet does not jingle. No matter how wealthy or powerful we become as individuals, we can only create real music, real joy, real strength, real purpose when we come together with others. A single person, no matter how rich, is vulnerable and easily deceived, but a united family creates a harmony strong enough to overcome any enemy.
Thank you for watching to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.